Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our Timberborn Update 6 playthrough here with the Folktales faction here in Cycle 16, Day 1. If you notice something different about the audio, it's because I'm currently recording this in a Holiday Inn Express outside of Albuquerque, so it's not going to be perfect, but we're making it happen here. We're getting our beavers going here as best as we can while I'm out of town here. But last time, we had this whole power structure start to get built. Built, of course, our new district, that place up there. And we have stuff off to a very good start up here. Obviously, lots still to get done, and that's what we're going to do today. A little bit of a shorter episode, but we're going to cram as much as we can in here. And I think our main goal probably should be to get this power infrastructure built a little bit more closer over here to where our gristmill and the other gristmill are going to be, so we can take care of all of our food processing needs and make sure these beavers are as good to go as they possibly can. So we'll be bouncing back and forth between this and then other spaces up here as appropriate for us to take care of everything that we possibly can. Now, taking a look at the comments from last episode, it seems a couple of you guys want to make sure that I'm getting all of our beavers supplied equally in both districts, which is a very good idea. But we're already almost all the way there, folks. We've got 5, 6 different types of food up here. And of course, we can have a couple more, but we haven't quite gotten the supply stable enough, especially for the maple pastries. We've got a lot more of that we need to be making, but our wheat flour situation is not looking fantastic. We have to have more power so we can grind more of that stuff in and make everything else happen just fine. Another comment said we should have this smelter hooked up to our power infrastructure, and that, fortunately, is a much easier thing for us to do. We can just run a power shaft through here and then possibly look into getting these gravity batteries going. We do have the resources to make them, except for the planks. We need to get a little bit more going with the planks. And that was another one of those things that you guys mentioned you would like to see was additional plank production. So that's very, very easy for us to go ahead and do right here. If I can remember the correct keys to push. Yep, there we go. we'll get another one of these lumber mills popped in right here. And then we'll continue on. See if my computer here can handle the triple speed. Not on my powerful desktop currently, but this laptop seems to do the job just fine for our purposes. And we also have at this main district here, we've got our farmer monument. And these guys up here deserve a little bit of love as well. We have plenty of logs, so that should not be a problem. We'll just pick and choose our favorite spot to put this. And I think right here is a very good start. That'll encompass pretty much everybody up here, at least while they're sleeping or eating, which is a very good thing. You know the drill. We'll just put in another one of these straight power shafts and then get these guys in here as well with windmills. Now this is going to take a little bit longer just because our plank production is not quite up to snuff so far. But this one will be coming online shortly and we should be all good to go. Yep, in fact, we have both of these up and running. Everything's looking fantastic. Yeah, see, look at that, look at that. We're making 1200 HP, folks. We're getting it done. We've got this smelter working here. And like I said, we want to make sure that we have power connected everywhere. We do have this this guy right here. Oh, I'm not entirely sure that we really need to have everything laid out quite like this, but for the time being, since 90% of these are just power shaft constructed with the logs anyway, I think we're going to be okay. Everything should be just fine. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get these power shaft turns kind of just following this terrain contour, and then we'll bring it right up here across the path and into the side of the lumber mill, just so we can have this here as this extra little bit of production and not have to worry about too much else. And that's the cool thing about the way that these upward power shafts are set up, is you can just kind of get them to go and you don't have to worry about anything at all. It's the same exact space as the high power shaft, but it's not as limiting because you can rotate this downward power shaft to have the top out in any direction you want. Pretty cool. I think so, at least. So we'll just keep on doing this exact same thing here. You know the drill. maybe make this a little bit complicated, but nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun here. Assuming, of course, that I can fit everything where it needs to go. Yeah, that should not be an issue. We'll just get this popped right here. And that will give them plenty of stuff to get going here. Like, it's nice to be able to have the 90-degree offset with the vertical power transfer instead of just having to always go in a straight line every single place you put something. So we'll let them take care of that. Once again, give the triple speed a shot to shine here to see if that can happen. I'm going to go ahead and pause this because they seem like they're wanting to build the farming monument more than they're actually wanting to build stuff that we can use. Which I guess I don't blame them. It's exciting to have something nice to look at. But we'll continue getting this in place here. I don't know how many more of these windmills we're going to want to put here before we focus on maybe just building our infrastructure to get out this way. So we take a look at our overhangs right here. We're going to want to continue that going this way, and that's going to require us, yeah, it looks like building a triple high platform here, unless we want to step down and have a different height thing going on. I think for right now this is probably fine as it is. Keeps it nice and elevated and gives our beavers something interesting to look at. Like that's something they really need to be worried about, but the berries are going to become a problem here. But let's take a look. Let's see, I think, yeah, see, that's going to work great. And then the berries are going to unfortunately have to go away here. And that's 3, and then here and here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I believe if I have this set up correctly, I'm thinking this might end up working out perfectly spacing wise. Just to make sure. Yeah, because that's going to be, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the right space. Of course, this is going to be quite the long run to go for our power here, but if this is going to work, yes sirree, that is incorrectly high. that's too high. That's too high. This needs to be 2 and 2, and this just needs to be a 3. Seems I have misjudged the height of this stuff, but we'll pop that in there, and then good to know this can just be a 3 like it's over here. Yeah, look at this. I made a mistake. All right. So for this to work here, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to move our farmhouse here. So we will. We'll give that a fair chance to go where it needs to be going, but we are gonna have to move the farmhouse 1 block to the left, and then of course have this end up going down. This windmill's gonna have to go away, of course. But I believe the way that this is set up right now, I think we're gonna be okay if we just have this set up as a vertical shaft right here. Yeah, we'll have this come up to be right about like this. It'll just go right across. Just as soon as these other... we have so many potatoes. You know what? I'm not going to lose any more time doing this. we're just going to make it go away here. We'll get them to delete those potatoes. And then we will get the efficient farmhouse popped in here. Instead, we're just moving it 1 more space over, folks, and then line everything up vertically here. Yeah, that's going to work great. Does it look a little janky? Yep, it sure does. But I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty cool, even if it is a little funky. Yeah, so what's going to happen here is this can go up. We can go ahead and move this windmill out of the way. And then we'll have this upward power shaft just go right into the bottom of another building, which we'll place here. And of course, once this gets to the point where it's going to actually be usable, this being our giant power aqueduct, power duct, viaduct, tier duct. What? There's so much crying involved building this thing, but we'll get this figured out. We'll get it all sorted, and I think folks, this is going to be a huge benefit to everything we've got going on here. You know what? This actually doesn't look bad at all. I might not put windmills on this part just because it's going to look pretty obtrusive, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what these guys are able to do. I don't know that we have enough metal to actually build all of these, but I'm pretty sure we have enough logs. The planks are going to continue to be an issue, but the fun part about all of that is we have this almost ready to go. We just have to come in and place these here. Just like so. Oh yeah, here we go. It's working out, folks. I think we're going to be able to make it happen. That's such a good feeling. Now we are generating right now 1300 HP, so we have the capacity to have a much larger industrial area than we are currently using. And of course, we're going to continue refining it as time goes by. But I am just so excited to see this start to come together, man. It is so cool. The planks obviously now are the biggest problem that we have. But like, look how clean this looks. Honestly, like, I don't hate this. I was expecting it to be pretty ugly, but I think we can be pretty satisfied. And as soon as we have more of the wheat flour get made here, then we can have plenty of maple pastries, and we can have, well, we actually do have a pretty good amount of bread. I have a storage for bread that is full at 200, so I'll tell you what we can do. While we are over here, let's go ahead and give these guys a storage in this district for bread, so they can keep making it down there, and so we can get a little bit more holistic nutrition, if that's what we want to call it, going on in here. Yeah, so they are they're out there working. They're making these things happen, but I do want them to focus on this power transmission line right here. So we'll just get those all highlighted, ready to go. Yes, sirree. Look at that. Look at us go. Look at us go. It's day 8. Water-wise, this district's still looking really good. Eventually, yes, we do want to have our bad water diversion system set up here. Going to use these same overhangs like I think I've mentioned before in a couple of previous videos. But that's a much longer construction project, and it's not really something we can build in one cycle. So I'm not going to be worried about it right now. I think the more important thing for us to be focused on is getting all of this power transferred over to this side of the map nice and cleanly, of course. And then there will come a time for everything else. And we'll be able to get this taken care of. We'll be able to have gravity batteries, which, I mean, I could, like I said earlier, I could build right now, but I don't really have a good spot as it stands at this exact moment to have a foolproof place to put one. I mean, I guess I could put one right here, but I would want to have more planks for that to work. And I think they're trying to build this thing here. So let's put this one on pause, this overhang, and then I'll let them finish this out. But once I have enough planks set up here, I don't think they can build up anywhere else based on how these are laid out. Yes, we see the number of planks here start to go up. Eventually, once all of our... Oh, is this connected? No, there's still a couple missing pieces here. Yeah, those builders just have to come in and hit these things with the hammers a couple times. Yeah, just like that. Very good. And then this will all be hooked up, and that's going to be great. That's going to be fantastic news, folks. But they keep taking these planks away. I think it's... Well, I know it's not because of the gear workshop, because this one's full up, and we should have more storage for gears, but we will make it happen as best as we can. So I'm going to go ahead, take these 2 straight power shafts out. I mentioned in a previous episode that this is kind of what I wanted to do here. So if we do that, it's not the most hideous thing ever, and it is going to go into our little reservoir. And of course, we can come detonate along the side once we have dynamite and all that stuff taken care of. But this is, at least for right now, the most logical place for me to put these. And yeah, see, look at this. They're already putting the gears in there. So I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be doing just fine. To get all this taken care of, that's all hooked up except for right here. So now we can come in with our T intersection, which I hope they can still reach. And I'll have them come grab all this stuff, get this popped in here, and then we'll join up with the rest of this, and we're going to be in good shape. Very good shape. All right, love to see that. And there we go, folks. That's looking good. Now, what we could do, depending on what else we're going to want to build here, we could replace a couple of these straight power shafts with a pair of upward power shafts where they don't meet on the transmission line, but they would have the circuit completed by a building. That's always an option, and we can come back and retrofit that later. But look at this. Now, well, I disconnected all of these windmills because I'm putting this gravity battery in here. But just this bit right here is making almost 1,000. That's pretty cool. And the bread is filling up nicely. Look at, we're doing so well. Everything's going fantastic up here, folks. Feels good. Feels good to have a nice win on this Monday morning. Well, if you're watching this on a regular release, it's Monday morning. Right now, it is Sunday morning-ish, depending on what your time zone is. But I believe we'll have this all ready to go before the end of this episode. And that's going to feel so good. That's going to feel great to have all that taken care of. So what we will do, I think, for the time being, is we will go ahead and we'll finish out this with some windmills. And then once this turns the corner, it'll just be straight power shafts. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. So windmill goes there. Gravity battery is in place. And it's got 26,000 HPH available for us. Now, obviously, that's not going to work a lot in a drought, but it will help. And, of course, if we have time, we will continue adding more of these. But we do have one in place now, and it's looking good. Looking like some good progress. Food continues to improve dramatically, which is a fantastic feeling. So the only things we have to have up here now are going to be the maple pastries, and then berries if we want them, but the folktails don't need them, except for the herbalist if we want to make an antidote for contaminated beavers. Or alternatively, we can just choose to not have beavers go in bad water. I'm pretty sure we're looking just fine for that. We have a full thing of chestnuts. Our roasted chestnuts are roasting. We do have those up here, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, now it's just a bunch of construction projects, folks. They do have a little bit of a long walk to make it all the way up here. But I believe we're going to be in good shape. We're really close, actually, to having this done, because once it's finished, it being these overhangs, we can just come right along with our power shafts and just go all the way across, just like that, sound effects included. They are mandatory. And then we can finally retire this old windmill here and get our other grist mills operating. We can actually have one, we could have two, we could have 3 or 4 of them over here. Although I don't think we'd actually need to produce that much. It would be nice to have the option. And then, of course, we do have... well, the mud pit doesn't require power anymore, nor does the dance hall, but we have the carousel, which is a fun recreational activity for beavers young and old. And the frog statue is back. It did break during one of the updates previously this past week, but it is back in all of its glory, and I can't think of a better place to put it than right here, right outside of these these lodges right here. And then we'll put up a contemplation spot right here so they can contemplate whatever they choose, be it the frog or something else. Yeah, we got to get these planks. Got to get these planks going a little bit more. But I believe what we've got here is we've got a nice space, nice opportunity to put a couple more of these smelters and then maybe look into the wood workshop and a printing press as 4 deep buildings. We could put 1, 2, 3 right here. And then of course we can build platforms over the rest of this if we feel so inclined. And then all we have to do is find somewhere else to place additional industrial buildings once we get there. But I believe, folks, we are very, very close. Yes, it's bad tide time. Well, that's okay, because we have a lot of water stored up here. I did want to try to expand this area a little bit, but I think, honestly, for where we find ourselves, this works just fine. It is completely enclosed, so there will be no bad water getting in here or in here. There would just be this getting diverted this way, and then of course this getting completely shunted out here. We'll make it happen. We'll get stuff figured out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just not going to be quite as fast as I think some of us want, myself included. But that's fine. Before we're finished with this playthrough, and we still have plenty of time to go. Don't be worried, folks. But we'll get these overhangs put in place and have this kind of just isolated aqueduct style going all the way through here, and we won't lose any trees, won't lose any crops, and won't have any infected beavers, which well, I think is cause for celebration. So what are we waiting on here? Planks, yeah, big surprise there. But this whole thing's done, folks. We've just got to get this vertical power shaft in place. I will prioritize that. And then, of course, this thing here. But once that's done, all I got to do is just bring these straight power shafts all the way across. And we will be able to connect this before you can say, how long is it going to take for us to connect this? I don't know. I had something in mind and then I forgot it. It happens. Oh, they're too far? Really? Okay. Well, we'll give them a little bit more space to walk on, and there we go. Should see that coming right down the pipe now. Yep. Gonna get everything taken care of, and we are looking fantastic. That's always such a good feeling. Always such a good feeling to see this happen. So here comes somebody else to finish this right here. Hopefully. So I'm not just sitting here looking like an idiot. Come on. Come on. There we go. And now it's unfortunately the evening time, but they'll come take care of this, and we'll just keep adding piece by piece, as one does, trying to avoid beavers getting stuck. I know it is possible to do this with prioritization of building stuff, but for whatever reason, that just never ends up working for me, and I always end up having stranded beavers anyway. So I figured, you know what? We'll just place it one at a time, because I know that it does work. It's just a little irritating to deal with. But it's fine. As soon as I see a beaver coming down right here, which we haven't yet, but as soon as we do, I'll pop another one of these in here, and then we'll just make it work, because that's what we do. I did kind of want to get this wrapped up before the bad tide, but I guess it's not that big of a deal because they're not going to be walking in that anyway. Okay, so that's done. Somehow I missed. Good job, me. But that is part of the problem of having this set up just the way it is that I don't have anything under or over this for the beavers to walk on, so they have to come right down the line here. And it's just one of those things where you have to just watch it. Just watch it, make sure it's all good to go, and nobody gets stuck, nobody gets stranded here, left for dead. We don't do that here. We try to save our beavers. So this is going to be a little bit of a tedious process, but we'll get it done. We will get it done, and this is actually finished as well. So you know how that goes. We have a gravity battery here, but we're not going to need it because this is a bad tide and not a drought. And we have 1,400 water stored up. We only have 87 beavers, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's unpause the smelter, have somebody come in here and work. It's only a 3-day bad tide, so I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot here, folks. We just got to be able to make sure these trees don't all die. So far, they've been doing pretty okay. They're just drying out. The contamination doesn't reach high enough to actually kill them, except these guys did. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to matter. But everything is working splendidly well here, as expected. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to just camp out right here to get this all finished. What a process, huh? Well, since I know that guy's already there, I can just place this appropriately. There we go, because these are only a single piece of wood. So we know they're going to be able to do it. Just as soon as he starts doing that. The only thing that is kind of annoying is how how long it takes for them to walk up here and get it in place, but we will make it happen. That's what we do. How's our maple pastry situation? Okay, we still don't have, I don't even have a storage for one, but yeah, they don't have enough wheat flour. But they will soon. We're gonna make it happen, folks. Very good, very good. Now come up here. Start building, yep, and we'll pop that right back down. That's good, and someone's coming up here to do this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Bring this path back without deleting the stuff we're standing on. That's always a good idea to avoid that. Alright, so they're coming in with that. Looking good. Other beavers coming in with this. Very good. Someone else is coming in with this. You know the drill. Lather, rinse, repeat. Over and over and over and over and over until the workday is done and they come back the next time to do it again. That's how we do here. Yep, there comes somebody else. And it looks like they're hopefully not going to finish this one first. I will put a pause on this for the time being, just until they can come back and finish it. But I guess now is a good time to ask, since we're in kind of a little bit of downtime here, trying to get the rest of this finished up appropriately in the right order. What other stuff would you like to see from this series? The next several episodes while I'm traveling are probably not going to be an hour long, this one included. So this could be a good opportunity to try and split things up into a couple of smaller projects. Still get some good stuff done, but maybe measure our time expenditure in such a way where all of us can still do everything we've got to do, and maybe not watching a whole hour of stuff every day. But we'll be back. We'll be back as soon as I'm finished with all the stuff I've got going on the next couple of weeks. Just want to keep our momentum going here, even if it's a little shorter, a little bit less in depth, because we can still get some good stuff accomplished in a shorter period of time. But yeah, these guys are working out really, really well. And of course, we get closer in here, it's going to be easier for them to build stuff a little bit more quickly. We're so close, folks. So close. And look at all these planks I got. Yeah, we're looking good. We're making it happen. And the bad tide's over. And there's no contaminated beavers. That's a win in any book. I don't care who you are. And now our clean water's coming back. I will unpause this monument so they can, finish that. But seeing this come together, get connected, is really, really inspiring for the future of our playthrough here. As I was thinking, maybe this would be a little hard for us to get this spanned across the entire thing, but you know what? I think it's fantastic. I think we've got a lot of great stuff to be pretty proud of here. And we're going to have power delivery for all of our food processing over here, and carousels and all sorts of other fun stuff, and it's going to look good. It's going to look pretty snazzy versus some sort of horrible, unholy abomination that we might have made in a previous playthrough because of how this is set up. Folks, we are doing so well here. I could not be more pleased. I think this is fantastic stuff. And of course, we'll put that windmill right in the corner. And we'll wait for them to pop that in place, and we're gonna be in great shape, folks. And then we can wrap this up with the demolishment, if that's even a word, of this windmill. And all of this, replace it with a couple of grist mills here. Nicely powered. You know the drill. One for wheat flour. Probably two for wheat flour, and then one for cattail flour. Right next to each other. And that folks, that's going to be great. That's going to be really good stuff. Look, we're done here. And then this power shaft just has to go here. That should be done very, very shortly. And then, well, obviously by the time these are finished, it's probably going to be the middle of the night. So we'll have to come back and take a look at that when the sun comes back up. But, yep, this is, I think, okay, that is a lower priority than these other two things, but we'll leave that alone. Everything is hooked up very nicely here. Really come together. I think we could be really, really satisfied with this. And we have maple pastries again. We have 9 of them. We don't have a ton, but that does work. I will pop in a warehouse here just for the maple pastries, which are right there. So that is going to mean this district, with the exception of... Wait, no, I have cattail cracker store. Oh, it's because it's empty. That's why it's not showing up. But we'll have every... well, at least throughout the entire playthrough, we'll have everything have a storage food-wise, which is good to see. Is this finished? No, not quite. Not quite. That log is not done. But 2 of these 3 are. And this one's just waiting on some gears. It might take a little bit of time to get back to 20. But we are making it work. Yep, 3 hours to make 1 gear. Should take the rest of possibly the next day. But look, this is all hooked up. It's all hooked up. We're making 1700 HP roughly. Of course, it keeps going down. But hey, we're making it work, folks. We are making it work. Oh, this feels great. It's very nice to have this all completed, even if it is kind of funny that the wind could be blowing through this structure here. Yeah, that's not really the most realistic thing ever, but yeah, we've made some great progress. Great progress here. I guess we'll just let them finish this while we go ahead and end the episode here. I know it's a little bit shorter, a lot of bit shorter, I guess, than what we've been used to, but we still managed to get a very important project complete and get stuff taken care of, so that is fantastic. Once again, thanks to the Beard Boosters, all 760 of you, because of all the incredible generosity of the live streams of the previous week. And look at this, the gristmill's done. Everything is rolling smoothly here. Put this in a single times mode so we aren't running at 30 FPS anymore. Well, now we're getting a whole 39. 40? Can we get 40? Okay, maybe not. But as you can see, everything is working. We're still able to get stuff done. That feels great. Even if it is an abbreviated episode. But I really appreciate you guys and all the fantastic support in this series. Again, I would love to hear your suggestions, ideas for what you want to see next, because there's plenty to do. And as I always say, it's not a watch me play, it is a let's play. You are involved. Your input matters, and I do always read all the comments. I've got a separate little note file here, and I keep track of people's suggestions, things that they find that need to be fixed, or whatever. So please do always drop those in the comments. I always read them. I respond when I can. I haven't been able to the past couple days because I've been spending a whole lot of time going all over the country here trying to drive. But we will make as much of an effort as we can to get as much of this done within reasonable limitations of the time and the resources technology-wise that I've got here. But I really appreciate you. I hope whatever you're doing, you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back again soon for more beavers. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.